is Malin, and welcome to a Kwanzaa 365, a 7-day celebration for a year-long practice.
Hi, my name is Kenya K. Stevens. I'm back for Kwanzaa Day 7. In my hand, I have what might be considered a gift, something that is called zawadi in the Kwanzaa celebration. This is an artistic gift, something you might give a child who has musical talents. Other forms of zawadi are books, anything that might support a young person in advancing and growing his mind, body, or spirit. Today is the day for Imani. That means faith. Faith is the final and the 7th principle of Kwanzaa, and it is time for us to go into our prayer around faith. Tonight we're going to pray in a tradition of the African American Christian, because all traditions are useful in Kwanzaa. As noted, Kwanzaa starts the day after Christmas, so no one says you can't celebrate Christmas. The day after Christmas, we go into Kwanzaa, and we're going to do our Imani prayer, faith in the Christian tradition. Supreme Being, we are so thankful and grateful that we have the faith, the foresight, the insight to always look forward to what it is that we want to achieve. We have the faith that our energy, our time, our effort will be honored by the Most High. And always will our lives be filled with the outpouring and outcome of having had this faith. Faith that we can do better, that we are more than we ever thought we were, and that every day gets better and brighter. Ashe, amen, and so it is. Some of you miss the 3 taps, don't you? The rhythm of our people, right? The beauty of our culture. They combine together with all cultures. They combine with Christianity, they can combine with Islam, they can combine with whatever. We are all one being. That is what Kwanzaa is all about. Look back to the nguzo, saba, the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. They unify us, they unify all things and all beings. As we light the final candle, Imani, I have faith that people will wake up and start to see that these principles are principles that everyone needs, that we need to practice once a year, and that we need to carry out through 365 days per year. So Imani, faith, I have faith that this Kwanzaa celebration and tradition will grow, and that we will utilize it to strengthen and heal our communities, families, and nation. Kwanzaa 365, a 7-day celebration for a year-long practice. Thank you for joining us.
We just lit candles with Kenya Stevens and gave praises. And now, if you will, at home, stand up and get ready to sing the Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing, sung by Lita Lyric Jones.
Lift every voice and sing, till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. us march on till victory is won.
Hi, how you doing? I hope you're enjoying the program. My name is Nets Malin, and this is a Kwanzaa 365, a 7-day celebration for a year-long practice.
So my name is Daniel Suber, and we're right here in Asheville, North Carolina, bringing you something really, really special, the principles of Kwanzaa. And right now, today, we are on Imani, and that's faith. And oh my gosh, like this one right here, this is so important. This is so special to my heart. Faith is to me, it's part of what drives us, what powers us. And all the principles of Kwanzaa are really, really important. All of them are important. And I feel like they're all powered by faith, that we're heading to a beautiful place, or that we're going to do what it takes to get there. So, faith. You know, I always wonder, like, what does it take for someone to have faith? And faith alone, to me is not enough. That faith also takes action. Someone like acting on what they have faith upon, and also covering themselves in the process, but still moving forward. As a matter of fact, there's something special and magical about this universe, about this world. And people, I feel like that we go by on our day-to-day basis, doing our day-to-day schedules, and we might miss the magic of the universe that's around us, the magic that we even exist, that we can't even fully explain how we exist. Like, come on, we can't fully explain why and how the planet exists, our moon, our ocean, all the stuff. There's so much that is left to discover and learn and know about our universe. It truly is magical. And somehow we ended up in it. That is really important. So in this universe, there's a reason for everything. There's always a cause to every effect. There's always something special, even if we haven't discovered what it is yet. So that's why it takes faith. It takes faith to just, really to envision that we're going to create something beautiful and, have that courage to move through it together, even when it gets hard, even if it's tough, even if it's a challenge, even if somebody tells you, you can't do it. But we got to have that faith, and we got to keep moving forward on that. So something that I think is really, really important is that sometimes it is almost as though the universe is leaving us clues to where we should place our faith, and is leaving us clues to how we can tap into the best of us, to how we can make these things happen. It's leaving us clues of how magical this place really is. And when we listen really, really close, because it's quiet or it's like almost hidden sometimes, we could just miss it if we're moving too fast or we're concentrated on too much at one time, right? There's something really special and magical about this universe, and I feel like it's trying to tell us. Maybe you in your own life have seen some of those hints where things worked out just right for you in your situation at just the right time. All right? And maybe it was years later when you even realized how magical that situation might have even been. But I have something special, of course. I got some special words for y'all to uplift us all in how we can have faith in what we do. This is called the universe's eyes. And really, like, the basis of this is that just to kind of recognize the magic of the universe, and that is here, that is watching us, and hope that you like it, okay? So this is called the universe's eyes. So one day, I was looking into the universe's eyes, and in surprise, it was looking back at me. And so I was a little taken aback, you see, as I admired the spectacular masterpiece. And so I started thinking that if I did not fully understand it, would the universe be mad at me? Would it laugh at me? Or would it smile at me? And it was so pretty. It's beautifully written. It's the universe's eyes. And so I started thinking, does the universe have any demands of me? And so I asked it. Or maybe it was asking me, so that hopefully I could avoid any catastrophe. And then all of a sudden the universe started blasting me into all kinds of dimensions of thought. And wow, I got caught up in all the differences and similarities, glaringly contemplating if I would ever have a teammate to marry me and carry on alongside to see all the mysteries of this amazing illusion with truthful details and useful exclusions, loopholes. And where does it begin or end? Who knows? And it feels so cold on this planet sometimes, like when I remember how so many people here seem to feel inside. And what about the journeys through pain that we all go through, and some much worse than others? I ask those with the most pain, how can I hold you in me, or worse, let you go? And this is unfair, like being a butterfly in a snowstorm, wishing for a forest so warm. And that's just the way it is. This world can be a palace made out of sugar, a place so beautiful and sweet, yet brittle. And come on, universe, how about a break for those suffering, even if just a little? So what's the code for this experience? And I mean the password to say out loud and make sure that the universe is really hearing it, that it really likes it. I mean that the universe is really feeling it, so that we can change the situation around and move the clouds away from the sunlight. Let's bring them down in the right town, raindrops that don't stop, for the deserts and dreadfully droughted throats can finally drink from a river of choices and ride some opportunity boats. Let's be soaked in abundance. This is Kwanzaa. Universe, why did you put us here? Why did you put me here? Is it better on another planet where the grass is greener or more purple? Or where there are people with 6 or 7 fingers? And can I linger to another place just long enough to figure out what it takes to help this one? Because there's so much fun and many humans, animals, and plants that I appreciate. And it seems like fate to bring about the changes that I would like to make. So I'm going to spend my life attempting to. And universe, can you give me some hints? I know you're watching too. And there's so many times that I forgot that you were present, universe. And I'm thankful for all the times that you are pleasant, universe. Yo, you're seemingly infinite without measure, universe. So I'm going to spend the rest of my life trying to figure out how you work and how I work. So I'm working on figuring out what my place is. And guess what? Maybe my location is adjusting as we speak. Observing my vibration. Maybe you pay attention to what I seek. Changing my station and treating me accordingly. So then I want to increase my capacity for harder expectations, for actions that push me towards attractions to solutions. So all humans, if you're listening, maybe you can match one or more in your own way. Let's count, score, and lose track of all the wins for lack of being able to count so many, so that we begin again. And let's begin again, begin again, begin again. And so one day, I was looking into someone's eyes, and in surprise, they were looking back at me. And so I was a little taken aback, you see, as I admired the spectacular masterpiece. And so I started thinking that if I did not fully understand them, would they be mad at me? Would they laugh at me? Or maybe they're smiling at me. And they're so pretty. They're beautifully written. And they have the universe's eyes. All right, y'all, thank y'all for listening to these special words. Guess what? We all got the universe's eyes, and we're made up of everything that the universe is made of. The universe is all we know. Guess what? Who are we? The universe. So, there's a special reason to have faith, that we're working towards something better, and that we're all connected. Just seeing that we're made of all the same things. Even though every person is special in their own way, I hope that collectively we treasure and value all the principles of Kwanzaa, and especially faith, with action, with words, with movement. I believe in you. We need you. We're here. We're together. Let's have each other's backs. All right. So this has been great. We've been thinking about this all week. We've been thinking about this, building on this, and valuing and appreciating these principles. Emotion, unity. Kujichagulia, self-determination. Ujima, collective work and responsibility. Ujama, cooperative economics. Nia is purpose. Kuumba, creativity. And Imani is faith. When these powers combine, they make us more powerful than ever. And these are things that, when we hold principles and things like this really close to our heart as we move through the world, as we're interacting with the people in our lives, we may realize that these principles are guiding us to something better. And that's why we say that this is a year-long practice. This is a year-long thing. Yeah, we're thinking about this and focusing on these principles throughout this week, but this is everywhere and all the time. Just like Black History Month, Black history is all the time. Black people are all the time. So, now that you heard these principles focused this week, this month, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with these principles? How are you gonna uplift yourself using these principles? How are you gonna follow guidance using these principles? How are you gonna guide other people in centering these principles? What are you gonna do? And whatever you do, wherever you go, good luck. You got it. Don't be so hard on yourself. Uplift the people around you. Treasure and value every moment. There's so many things to appreciate about you in this week, as well as the people around you. Be encouraged, be inspired. This is Kwanzaa 365, and my name is Daniel Suber, coming at you from Asheville, North Carolina. We're here.
I hope you're enjoying yourself there at home. I know we're enjoying ourselves here. And so now, let's take a moment with the elder, Elder Alexander Ravenel.
Good evening. My name is Alexander Ravenel II, and we are celebrating Kwanzaa 365, a 7-day celebration applied daily for 365 days. It becomes a year-round celebration. And as we're coming to this seventh principle, which is faith, I want to say that I greatly appreciate your presence. Thank you very much for indulging me and going through this experience with me, because without you, there is no me. So therefore I am because you are. And as regards faith, according to Dr. Karinga, who started this in 1966, he lets us know that faith is to completely believe in the people within the community. That's why a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. And if you find a weak link in the chain, you have a responsibility to that chain and yourself to make whatever correction the situation deems necessary. But continuing, to completely believe in the people within the community, parents, teachers, and leaders, and the righteousness and victory of the struggle. And so I take pause to give thanks to our ancestors, to my ancestors, And I can go far back, but I'm going to go as recent as my father and then move on beyond that, who was the single most powerful influence in my life. And fortunately, I grew up in a very solid black community where everybody was my mom and my dad and disciplined me. And there was an emphasis on obeying our parents. And I can assure you that it does come with blessings. And our teachers were teachers that looked, my teachers were teachers that looked like me. Is that an advantage? Yes, it was an advantage for me. And so I embraced that advantage. And that gave me the advantage to be able to sit in submission to those who did not look like me when they came to teach me. Because when I was in college, I studied my professors. I chose my teachers. I didn't allow the curriculum to choose who teach me. I even interviewed my teachers because I know what I wanted to learn. And I went to school not for a degree, but to study the things that I was interested in. I consequently got a degree, but nonetheless, it was not my purpose, but to study. So faith is to completely believe in the people. And I want to say that faith is to completely, absolutely, unequivocally, without question, no doubt, to believe in yourself. Because you're the only you there is. Imagine that. God's love for the world, that he would give you to be a source of his love and creativity for the world. And as it regards faith, I want to share from you from a book that I have taken from religion and made it my own, because this is evidence that there is nothing impossible unto you if you can stick to it. Stick-to-itiveness, of course, failures is irrelevant because you can be successful at that as well. So we're talking about success. He says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for. Things hoped for, not yet seen. The evidence of things not seen, which means when it manifests, that was the image that was held in mind. And if we want to take it from the standpoint of creativity with regard to the Creator, we would not know what light looks like unless he had a conception of it and called it forth. So therefore, the first chapter of Genesis is an indication of the potential that exists within us. And when we grab hold of that potential, then we can take dominion. And one of the ways in which I teach is to encourage people to define words. Because when you define a word, even though you know it, it gives it extended perception, whereby you can make application to it in all walks of life, and thereby, from a mental perspective and a spiritual perspective, control the outcome of things in your life. He says, for by faith the elders obtained a good report. That means I started it, I finished it, because I had a methodology whereby to apply the concept in my mind that became an idea, resulting into a compelling force for me to conduct myself for the blessings of humanity. And consequently, you're going to be blessed because, as I always say, money is the result of what you do. You can't possibly fail nor succeed if you apply what you know. And then this goes on to say, through faith, we understand that the worlds were formed or framed by the word of God. And if you see yourself as God of your own experience, given the fact that you use words every day, imagine yourself now being purposeful, methodical, intentional, and attentive to the words that you speak, knowing absolutely certain that it's going to manifest. And I assure you, whether you know it or not, it is going to manifest. And since it is going to manifest, I would suggest that you might consider the advantages of being consciously aware and applying faith, because faith is just simply coming to the point of knowing that what you do and where you apply yourself and the relationships that you develop is going to be good for you, it's going to be good for your community, It's going to be good for your race, and it is going to restore to you to that original heritage, original heritage. To completely believe in the people within the community. And this is the other thing and why it's important to be in touch with yourself. Because if you can remain at peace without being and not be disturbed within yourself when you're alone, and take that same characteristics of feeling with you when you go out into the element, then you can well determine what the improvement opportunity is in the situations in which you find yourself. It's always an opportunity. It's always an opportunity to adjust yourself, not the situation outside of you, but to adjust yourself with regard to those things that you interact, because it helps you to, life helps you to remember that life is happening to everybody, not just you. Life is happening to everybody. And because life is happening to everybody and you've got a sense of who you are in relationship to yourself, then that which you carry out into the marketplace become the tools whereby, by reason of your presence, others can find some sense of peace. Or at least by reason of your being in their presence, the vibrations there just simply change because you are there. So, having faith in yourself. And then it goes on to say, by faith. Oh, rather than continue with this, I want to emphasize again what is happening here in Asheville, if I may, North Carolina, with regard to Black Men's Monday. This young man, Brandon Oliver, had an idea. He shared that idea with one or two other persons. And as a result of it, tens of persons, Black men, has been attracted to this organization. And it was he recently who shared with me that this organization is now going to be formed in Ohio. And this morning at 3 o'clock, in my meditation as my day begins at 2, I saw it. It's just like a full screen around the world. It's going to be formed around the world. And that I can say, according to Isaiah, the words that goes forth out of my mouth. And that's what faith does also. It gives you the confidence to be able to say, the word that goes forth out of my mouth shall not return unto me void, but shall accomplish that which I please and prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. I mean, imagine the audacity, the authority, whereby you can say confidently and very humbly, I and my Father, the universe, creator, Yah, is one. Thank you so very much. This is Kwanzaa 365, a 7-day celebration for a year-round practice. Thank you so very much for joining us. I look forward to sharing life with you on a daily, continual basis, and perhaps, as fate might have it, I believe, to be with you again next year during this time. Thank you.
Kwanzaa is a joyous time of year, and to celebrate that, we are going to have a musical rendition from one of my favorite artists. Enjoy.
my sister. Fixing Jesus. So my brother. Fixing Jesus. He made a way. Fixing Jesus. Out of no way. Fixing Jesus. On my way home. 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 Oh, fix it, Jesus. Yeah, like you said you would. I'm coming, Lord. I'm coming, Lord. By myself. All by myself. But you can look for me. But don't call the road. Don't call the road till I get there. I may be blind. I may be blind. Might not see. I might not see. But you can look for. You can look for me. But don't call the road. Don't call the road till I get there. I may be crippled. I may be crippled. May not walk. I may not walk. But you can look for. You can look for me. But don't call the road. Don't call the road till I get there. I may be crippled. I may be crippled. May not walk. I may not walk. But you can look for. You can look for me. But don't call the road. Don't call the road till I get there. I'm coming, Lord. I'm coming, Lord. Maybe lonesome all by myself. But you can look for. You can look for me. But don't call the road. Don't call the road till I get there. I may be sick. I may be sick. Can't get well. I can't get well. But you can look for. You can look for me. But don't call the road. Don't call the road till I get there. I'm coming, Lord. I'm coming, Lord. By myself. All by myself. But you can look for. You can look for me. But don't call the road. Don't call the road till I get there. I may be blind. I may be blind. Might not see. I might not see. But you can look for. You can look for me. But don't call the road. Don't call the road till I get there. I may be crippled. I may be crippled. May not walk. I may not walk. But you can look for. You can look for me. But don't call the road. Don't call the road till I get there. I'm coming, Lord. I'm coming, Lord. Maybe lonesome all by myself. But you can look for. You can look for me. But don't call the road. Don't call the road till I get there. I may be sick. I may be sick. Can't get well. I can't get well. But you can look. You can look for me. But you can look. You can look for me. But you can look. You can look for me. But you can look. You can look for me. But don't call the road till I get there. Shoot-be-doo-wop, shoot-shoot-be-doo. Shoot-be-doo-wop, shoot-shoot-be-doo. A shoot-be-doo. Shoot-be-doo-wop, shoot-shoot-be-doo. A shoot-be-doo. Shoot-be-doo-wop, shoot-shoot-be-doo. Shoot-be-doo. Shoot-be-doo-wop, shoot-shoot-be-doo. Shoot-be-doo. Shoot-be-doo-wop, shoot-shoot-be-doo.
Well, there's a blessing coming through, Lord.
For me.
There's a blessing coming through, Lord.
For me.
There's a blessing coming through, Lord.
For me.
I don't know. I don't know.
Where I'll be, but a blessing coming through for me.
blessing coming through, Lord. For me. Real blessing coming through, Lord. For me. There's a blessing coming through, Lord. For me. I don't know where it's coming. I don't know where I'll be, but a blessing's coming through for me. Well, he told me if I ask that it shall be given. Then he told me if I seek, I should find. Then he told me if I knock, that door will be open. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna do what he said. There's a blessing coming through, Lord. For me. Real blessing coming through, Lord. For me. There's a blessing coming through, Lord. For me. I don't know where it's coming. I don't know where I'll be, but a blessing's coming through for me. Well, he told me if I ask that it shall be given. Then he told me if I seek, I should find. Then he told me if I knock, that door will be open. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna do what he said. There's a blessing coming through, Lord. For me. Real blessing coming through, Lord. For me. There's a blessing coming through, Lord. For me. I don't know where it's coming. I don't know where I'll be, but a blessing coming through for me. Well, faith is the subject of things hoped for. It's the evidence of things we can't see. Prayer is the key. It unlocks the door. He done blessed me once, now he'll bless me more. There's a blessing coming through, Lord. For me. Real blessing coming through, Lord. For me. There's a blessing coming through, Lord. For me. I don't know where it's coming. I don't know where I'll be, but a blessing's coming through for me. Well, faith is the subject of things hoped for. It's the evidence of things that we can't see. Prayer is the key. It unlocks the door. He done blessed me once, now he'll bless me some more. There's a blessing coming through, Lord. For me. Real blessing coming through, Lord. For me. There's a blessing coming through, Lord. For me. I don't know where it's coming. I don't know where I'll be, but a blessing coming through for me.
I always wondered how the future and the present stands on the shoulders of the past, and how a call to action can stimulate a crowd into doing something more than they thought was able to be done. So right now, we are going to join Michael Hayes as he presents a past, present, future call to action.
Hello, my name is Michael Hayes, Executive Director of the Emotional Health, Wellness, and Justice Collective. I'd like to welcome you all to Kwanzaa, our 7-day celebration for a year-round practice here at the YMI Culture Center in Asheville, North Carolina. We are on our 7th principle today. Our first principle, Umoja, unity. Second principle is Kujitagulia, which is self-determination. Our third principle, Ujima, collective work and responsibility. Our fourth principle, Ujamaa, is cooperative economics. Our fifth principle, Nia, is purpose. And Kuamba is our sixth principle, and that is creativity. Today we're on our last principle, the seventh principle, nguzo, saba, which is the 7 principles. And our 7th principle is Imani. Imani means faith. And faith is to believe with all our heart in our people, our parents, our teachers, our leaders, and the righteousness and victory of our struggle. Imani means faith. I like when it says the righteousness and victory of our struggle, because we've been in a struggle for a very long time. We've been in a struggle since we were kidnapped, since we were enslaved, and brought to this land to build this land to what it is. That struggle has continued on to this day when we talk about the opportunity gap, when we talk about the social determinants of health, when we talk about the wealth disparity and health disparity today. I am going to be quick about this because I want to tie all of this in together. The church has been a cornerstone of the black community for a long time, and there is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with us looking at spirituality when we talk about our faith. What has happened, we have replaced religion with our spirituality. And that has to change. So as we get to what we're at today, as we understand where we are today, and we understand that young people have an opportunity to get online and Google information, or to go to a library and look up information, to kind of ask questions that we were told not to ask during my day of being raised in the church. Now we have the opportunity to have different conversations. Because remember, we're talking about faith. And a lot of people attach faith to spirituality, and they attach spirituality to a religion. When we talk about Kwanzaa, we're talking about Imani, meaning to believe with all our heart in our people, our parents, our teachers, our leaders, and the righteousness and victory of our struggle. That's what we're talking about believing in. It's not taken away from your spirituality or your religious belief, but it's us understanding that when we go through these 7 principles, when we go through nguzo, saba, when we go through the 7 principles of Kwanzaa, and for us to live this on a daily basis, faith in each other has to be key. When we talk about faith in each other, we're talking about humbling each other to each other. If I humble myself to my fellow brothers, then that allows me to embrace Kwanzaa. That allows me to pour into a young person when I'm talking about Nia. That allows cooperative economics when we're talking about Ujamaa to happen, because now we're doing this collectively together, but we're having faith in our ability to trust and understand our teachers, our people, our parents, our leaders. The most beautiful part of this is the righteousness and victory of our struggle. To understand that we did not go through everything we went through for no reason. Everything has a purpose, everything has a time, and all of this should be celebrated. When we talk about the faith that we should have in each other, my children have to see the faith that I have. I'm not talking about from a religious or spiritual aspect. I'm talking about the faith that I have in the people that I deal with today. And the faith that I have when I walk into a meeting of black men on Monday, and that meeting just happened to be called Black Men's Monday. The faith that I have that those leaders in this room, the faith that I have that, of the carpenters, of the law enforcement officers, of the council people, of the politicians, I have faith that we as leaders will do what we can to become victorious in the struggle. Now, the righteousness of our struggle is what my children have to understand, is what the next generation have to understand. Because they're asking the right questions. The murder of George Floyd has allowed us to re-examine those questions. The celebration of our blackness has allowed us to be seen in a light that we should be seen. The opportunity for us to celebrate our blackness and what we stand for together, even in the midst of the struggle, that is the beautiful part of this. Because the righteousness and the victory of our struggle, that can be the thing that can define us. So my faith is not attached to my spiritual, my religious belief. My faith, when it comes to these principles, are attached to those who I choose to build with, those who I choose to build economically with, those who I choose to break bread with, those who I choose to celebrate with at this particular time. But as we said, this is a 7-day celebration for a year-round practice. So how do we put this in practice? So this is my challenge. My challenge is this. When you get to the 7th principle of Kwanzaa and you go through Imani and faith, I want you to go back the next week and start with Umoja. I want us to celebrate this yearly. I want you to celebrate this with your coworkers, celebrate this with your family members, celebrate this with those that run in your circle, celebrate this with your homeboys, your girls, whatever you want to do, but celebrate it and share the celebration. This is a 7-day celebration for a year-round practice. umoja, unity, kujitagalia, self-determination, ujima, collective work and responsibility, ujamaa, cooperative economics, nia, purpose, kuumba, creativity, and Imani, faith. The 7 principles in nguzo, saba. This is Kwanzaa. My name is Michael Hayes. I'm at the YMI Culture Center in Asheville, North Carolina. I hope you guys enjoyed the presentation, and I pray that you have a blessed and happy Kwanzaa, and we'll see you guys later.
Hi, I'm Rakim Sekou with Capital Awareness and Kwanzaa 365. Hopefully you've enjoyed day 7 of our Kwanzaa celebration. Imani, faith. Faith in ourselves, faith in our teachers, our ancestors, and our community. We need faith in one another and trust in one another in order to succeed and move forward as a collective. I'd like to thank some of the people that made this project possible. Hamilton Media Design, Michael Hayes, Umoja Collective, Aaron Oliver, Social Media Director, Angela Clemens, LLC, Daniel Suber, and Kenya K. Stevens with the Progressive Love Academy.
Mother Earth, Father Sun, Sister Moon, Star Children. Here we are on the 7th day of Kwanzaa. On behalf of the YMI Cultural Center, I am Nets Milan, and this is a Kwanzaa 365. Imani, faith. Faith in yourself. Faith in the teachings of the ancestors. Faith in the fruits of the future. Passing down knowledge generation to generation with the 1,000-year plan. Love, peace, and respect. I'd like to take this time to thank a few people who helped make this program possible. Dewana Little, the Executive Director of the YMI Cultural Center and the YMI Board of Directors. Kai Linzian. I also would like to thank Lita Lyric Jones, Elder Alexander Ravenel, Kevin Spears and Shinobi. I also would like to thank Theodore Filson, the YMI Building Manager, and Sonia Bruton, SB Catering.
Habari gani? Imani. Imani is faith. We have to have faith in ourselves first, in our people, in our community leaders and teachers, and in righteousness and in the victory of good over evil in our struggles. Blessed love. I am Ja Daniel on behalf of Capital Awareness and Kwanzaa 365. I would like to wish you and your family and loved ones a happy and blessed Kwanzaa. I have a few people that I would like to give special thanks to. That is Virtuous, Denise Carter, Spaceman Jones, Jamar Woods, Brothers in Christ, and Tanya Plummer, the YMI Operations Manager. So at the end of every night of Kwanzaa, we have a ritual where we chant Harambee, and I need you guys to do it with me. Everybody who's watching at home, we need your participation. Reach as high as you can, and we're going to pull in energy from the universe, and we're going to chant Harambee 7 times. Harambee, 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 Harambee.